So I'm Torsten Hoefler, assistant professor at ETH Zurich, and this year I had the big honor to chair the first, together with David Keys, to chair the first papers track at the PASC conference, which you may have realized is now called the ACM PASC conference, as it's sponsored by the Association of Computing Machinery, one of the premier organizations in computer science, which is also now backed by SIG HPC, in the sense that we have an HPC-centric special interest group within that computer science-centric organization. So the first question that you may have is, well, it's an interdisciplinary conference covering all these fields from life sciences, geosciences to computer science. Why did we pick computer science as one of the sponsoring organizations? And the reason for this is that really the computer science part, or the high-performance computing part, is what unites all of us. At the end, we're all interested in scientific computing, so we all use computers in one way or another, otherwise we would probably not be here. And this is why we did that particular new element in our program. And in general, just to briefly introduce how this works, a little bit the publication process, and I know I'm a little bit overstepping here in the sense that I'm generalizing quite a bit what we do, but most domain sciences, in fact, most established domain sciences publish in well-established journals, right? So Nature, Science, and many other of these journals. Of course, more specific ones are included in this list as well. While in computer science, we are operating slightly differently. In computer science, the mode of operation is really that this is a very young discipline that's moving very dynamically, where we publish in conferences. And in fact, which many of you may not know if you're not in the computer science field, that the conferences in computer science have sometimes, or most of the time in fact, a higher value in the community than the journals. So this is completely opposite in other fields. And so the problem we now had to bridge with this papers track is, well, if we wanted to give a publication venue to all of you, this cross-cutting field, right, ranging from life sciences to computer sciences, what do we do? And the idea was, or the decision that we came up with, is to develop something in between. And the something in between is the PASC Papers track. So it somewhat unites conferences and journals and takes the best of both worlds to in fact develop this new program. And what are the benefits, of course, of journals is that you have a revision process and a very thorough review process and personalized reviewers and all these things, personalized to the paper, I mean. And the benefits of conferences are usually that you have a streamlined process, that you can quickly get your paper out. This is mainly why computer science is doing this, because things change very quickly. As you know, a computer is today very modern, but in 2 years already out of date. And this is why we try to unite the two. And I had the big honor of chairing this track together with David Keys, who in fact did most of the hard work here. So I'm just presenting it, and David was really very instrumental in this process. Even more instrumental, I would probably say, is our proceedings chair, Tim Robinson, who I want to thank here publicly, and of course the area editors. And with that, I want to give you a very brief 2-minute overview, or maybe only 1-minute overview of how the papers program this year came together. In general, we had 44 submissions at stage 1, where we had various different authors from a large number of countries, in fact. In fact, even though PASC has been centric to Switzerland, we had more co-authors from the United States than from Switzerland this year, and many other countries as well. And here you can see the wordle of the various words that were used in the abstract. And of course, data is in the middle these days of pretty much everything. And then after we received these submissions, we prepared a set of reviews. And the reviews, of course, were done by expert reviewers. So we collected about 180 reviews. This really resulted in a very large number of written reviews. In fact, we could fill books with the reviews written. And overall, at the end, we accepted 12 out of these 44 papers. And of course, you may now say, well, this is a very harsh process, so this is a rather low acceptance rate. But we believe this is necessary to keep the quality of the conference at the highest level and to establish a venue that we will all be proud of to publish at in the future. So this is our most important contribution. And interestingly, or hopefully, well, not interestingly, the distribution of authors is pretty much the same in the accepted papers that we had in the submitted papers. Okay, and with that, I want to chair the Adhoc Program Committee. I want to thank the Adhoc Program Committee that we see here, so all these names who have supplied reviews. If you're interested, so now this conference this year for the first time has proceedings, and you can download all the proceedings for the conference, all the papers that you will see in the ACM Papers track, which will be every day from now on through the next couple of days. You can download it at this URL. And furthermore, today at 12:45, I will provide a little bit more details about the process. If you're interested, this will be in this room. It's not on the program, but if you're interested, come here at 12:45.